Hi everyone, Mahbooba, Sam, and myself will present to you today our topic, which is Hyposalivation Relief Program. Table of contents. First of all, we will start by the purpose of the program, and then we will go over the ADPI process, which is assessment, dental hygiene diagnosis, planning, implementation, evaluation, and then we will talk about the documentation and conclusion. The purpose of this program. It's reducing reported xerostomia by 50% in seniors aged 65 plus that the PSW oversee at the retirement home over the next 3 months. 3 specific objectives. The first objective is assess the knowledge of the PSW on xerostomia and then educate the willing residents through the PSW on xerostomia and ways to prevent it. And finally, educate the PSW on the possible causes, symptoms, and treatment of xerostomia. The target. The PSW, which is stand for Personal Support Worker, that works at the retirement home, it's our target. We are going to educate her on the overall effects of xerostomia in seniors virtually through a Zoom meeting and the presentation. The location is Hilltop Manor. This is the mission statement for that retirement home. It says, "Home is where the heart is."
Now, I will be speaking to you about the first stage of the ADPI process is the assessment stage. So first, we're going to assess her through a quiz So we are assessing through a quiz. We want to know her knowledge that she lacks and the information that we can provide to her. So basically, we want to assess her on the causes, symptoms, and the treatment of xerostomia. Our target is to increase her knowledge in order to reduce the xerostomia in the selected population by 50%. The selected population, again, is the senior residents at the Hilltop Manor, which is located in Cambridge, Ontario. So what are the supplies for this program? We're going to use PowerPoint slides, videos, links to products, brochures, computer, high-speed internet access, microphone, and a video camera. And this will be done through a Zoom meeting. As stated, there will be no funding needed for this program. However, if COVID was not there, we really wanted to advocate for funding of this program from the Ontario Ministry in order to let them know that we really need to educate the professional workers at the retirement home on how to take care of the oral health for seniors. So this was a preliminary quiz that we sent her via email, and she was able to answer only one question, and that was, does dry mouth cause cavities? And she said yes. So other than that, she was not able to answer the other questions correctly. So next stage of the ADPI process is the diagnosis. Again, our goal was to reduce the reported xerostomia by 50% in seniors, that is age 65 plus, that the PSW oversees at the retirement home over the next 3 months. We want to have 3 specific objectives when developing a program. And this is first objective was we want to assess her the knowledge of the PSW on xerostomia, which we did through the preliminary quiz. And then as a result, we want that she can able to educate the willing residents through the PSW on xerostomia and ways to prevent it. Finally, we want to educate the PSW on the possible causes, symptoms, and treatment of xerostomia.
So next I will talk to you guys about planning. So for the planning phase, the staffing, we used 3 dental hygiene students from Southern Ontario Dental College. So that is Mahbooba, Gazelle, and myself. We all educated the PSW on xerostomia prevention. The supplies that were used, again, had been noted by Mahbooba in the previous slides. So first we contacted the PSW. We then set up a Zoom meeting with her, and we sent her the preliminary quiz. And from then we confirmed the date of the presentation, and our virtual presentation took place. So for the implementation, we took everything from the planning phase and put it into action. So our PowerPoint presentation was presented to the PSW. We went over the preliminary quiz answers with her. We had done this prior to the recording of the presentation. We then discussed what xerostomia is. We talked about the risk factors and preventive techniques. We showed her images, and in the end, we showed her a video to summarize all of the key points that we talked about in the presentation. And then we used a Kahoot at the end to assess her knowledge. So our program changed significantly from our original plan in our community class with Kim. We originally planned to go to 5 different retirement homes and assess the clients who wanted to participate. We were going to assess if they had xerostomia, and if they did, we would educate them on xerostomia. So due to COVID-19, we had to change our plan. And next, we will show you our video with Sarah, who is the PSW that we presented our information to. So today we're going to talk to you about the definition of xerostomia, which is dry mouth. We're going to talk to you about the importance of adequate saliva flow, the causes of dry mouth, oral side effects that could come from dry mouth, so the signs and symptoms that some of your patients may have, treatment options, how to prevent cavities with regards to dry mouth. We'll end off with a conclusion and then a Kahoot to test your knowledge. So the definition of xerostomia, so it refers to a condition in which the salivary glands in your mouth don't produce enough saliva to keep your mouth wet. So there is a very big importance of adequate salivary flow. So when salivary glands are functioning properly, it lubricates the oral mucosa, assisting with speech and swallowing. And it also facilitates the retention of dentures. So some of your clients may have dentures. So it's important that they have adequate saliva flow to help keep their dentures in. It also provides a source of minerals for enamel remineralization. So that basically means to help keep the material that the teeth are made out of mineralized.
Now I will talk to you about the causes of the xerostomia, of the dry mouth. So it's basically, it becomes the side effects of many medication that usually elderly takes, such as hypertensive, antipsychotics, antidepressant, muscle relaxant, antihistamine, and laxative. And also there's a syndrome called Sjögren's syndrome, which is a chronic autoimmune disease in which white blood cells attack the moisture-producing glands. And we know that saliva, it is produced by salivary glands. So basically when the person have this, that will affect their salivary flow. And you can tell that also, like they will have red eyes because it affects the glands there as well. And of course, aging is a basic cause of reducing the salivary flow. Oral side effects of xerostomia. There are a lot of side effects. It's one of them is the altered the taste. It contributes to plaque formation and accumulation, which will lead eventually to caries and cavities, especially root caries in elderly, because mostly they have recession. They cause the oral mucosa to appear dry and inflamed. For people who has dentures, low salivary flow will not help them a lot because the saliva help in retention of the dentures and their ability to chew and to speak. That will, if they have reduced salivary flow, that will be very difficult for them. Treatment options: salivary substitutes, oral lubricants, mouth rinses, and frequent water intake that will help a lot. One of the products is xylitol. There are several types of that product, but it's really good to mention that usually people takes about 6 to 10 grams daily, no more than that, or they will have GI side effects. It's also important to mention that these products, xylitol products, have a toxic effect on pets. So like people, when they use this, they should be careful about that. And when if the resident have a really severe xerostomia, that these products cannot help, it's good to consult with their physician, so they may can prescribe like medication for them. This is some of the products. This is Xylamelts, which is about it's like a tablet, has two separated faces. One of the faces that they can put it on the gum and it will melt by itself. And this is Opturins. And there is also xylitol gums, which is will not be perfect for people with denture, right? So it's like one of the options that people prefer that. This is biotin, this is Colgate Hydrase. All of these products really help in reducing xerostomia.
So now I'm going to talk to you about cavities prevention. So especially in the elderly, we really want to encourage them to have daily brushing with fluoride toothpaste, as well as removing plaque and biofilm interproximally. So plaque and biofilm are basically they basically adhere to the tooth surface when they eat food, and they stay between 4 to 6 hours, and that's why we require them to regularly brush their teeth, especially flossing regularly. In addition, we really want to encourage the elderly to have products that prevent dry mouth, and these are salivary substitutes. So like my colleague Gazelle spoke about biotin products and Xylamelts and those pastels from Oral Science. We also encourage looking at their nutrition. Especially, we really want to encourage looking at the nutrition, because nutrition it's a direct cause for having cavities. So if they have like a high sugar intake, we really want to reduce that. The next thing we wanted to encourage the elderly to have is having an antimicrobial mouth rinse. So these are products like Listerine mouthwashes, especially Total Care. So there's different brands of Listerine they have, and one contains alcohol, one does not contain alcohol, so it varies. And we really want to encourage the elderly to have a professional cleaning every 3 months to 6 months, depending on their severity, in order to remove all that tartar. And finally, we want to encourage them to have professional application of topical fluoride, so in order to reduce getting the risk of cavities. So the product that it's in front of you, it's called Colgate Prevident of 5000 plus, and basically this is a toothpaste that's high strength in fluoride, and this is one of the toothpastes that we really do recommend for anyone who wants to reduce the risk of getting cavities. So as the conclusion for our presentation, it is really important that it's good to recognize that the residents have xerostomia. And usually, as we said, xerostomia is caused by certain medical conditions or medications they've been taking. Again, we reiterate that xerostomia and cavities, there's a link between them, as well as there's various many products available out in the market to prevent a dry mouth. Do you have any questions, Sarah?
No questions.
I just wanted to add something for, as Mahbouba said, about the mouth rinses that contain alcohol. Some of them contain alcohol, some of them are not. It's really important if the person has xerostomia, they don't use the one with alcohol. Okay. Because alcohol products increase the xerostomia.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any of your patients that you take care of that have this at all?
Dry mouth?
Yeah.
A lot of them do.
Yeah. And you assist them with the brushing and flossing as well?
Yeah, we also have that biotin wash at my work as well that they use.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe like there's different products out there, so maybe they'll like different types, but I think that's really good, the fact that they're using biotin. But that is a very good sign.
Yeah, a lot of them have the dry mouth because, like you said, the medications.
Mm-hmm.
They take a lot of them, so.
Yeah. So here's a short video recapping everything that we have said. So I'm gonna play that for you, Sarah.
The medical term for dry mouth is xerostomia. What are some reasons someone may have dry mouth? Well, someone may have dry mouth simply because they aren't drinking enough water. So, if you have dry mouth, drinking more water is the first thing you should try. Other dry mouth causes may be from medications you're taking, and this is actually the most frequent cause of dry mouth. More than 400 over-the-counter and prescription medications can contribute to oral dryness, including antihistamines, antihypertension meds, decongestants, pain meds, diuretics, muscle relaxants, antidepressants, basically all of them. I could keep going on and on. But the people who are at most risk are the people who are taking multiple medications. Having said that, another cause of dry mouth can be related to your age. Unfortunately, this, of course, can still be related to medication because multiple older people are taking some kind of medication. In addition to medication-induced dry mouth, other conditions that can cause and relate to dry mouth are autoimmune diseases. Also, cancer patients receiving radiation, especially to the head and neck, can also be affected by dry mouth. And lastly, the use of alcohol and tobacco and the consumption of spicy foods or excessive caffeine may also cause people to have dry mouth. Okay, so we know dry mouth is caused by lots of things, but other than making you feel uncomfortable, why is dry mouth bad? It is bad because saliva is so important, and when you don't have enough saliva, it can cause difficulties in tasting, swallowing, chewing, and even speaking. It can also increase the chance of developing tooth decay, demineralization of teeth, tooth sensitivity, and/or periodontal infections, which in turn can give you bad breath, mouth ulcers, and cracking at the corners of your mouth. So how can we treat it? The goal is to first find the possible cause. So if it's something as simple as not drinking enough water, like I said at the beginning, then drink more water. But if it's something that cannot be fixed by drinking more water, dry mouth may be alleviated by saliva substitutes and other palliative measures. Your dentist is the best person to provide you with recommendations because they know your individual mouth. So next time you're at the dentist, tell them if you have dry mouth, and they may be able to prescribe a special fluoride toothpaste, which can help. But for the purpose of this video, I will give you a general overview of some things you can do right now at home to help alleviate your dry mouth. Number 1, I can't stress it enough, but drink more water. Number 2, suck on ice chips, but make sure not to chew them because chewing ice can hurt your teeth. Number 3, avoid salty, spicy, sugary, or sticky foods. Number 4, avoid tobacco, caffeine, and alcohol, including alcohol-containing mouthwashes. Number 5, use a humidifier at night. Number 6, use lip lubricants frequently. Number 7, chew on sugar-free gum, mints, or candy. Number 8, routinely get professional dental cleanings with routine x-rays. Number 9, clean between your teeth every day, whether it's with floss, water floss, or proxy brushes. Number 10, brush your teeth at least twice a day with a fluoride toothpaste. A great one to try is Sunstar Gum's Hydro Dry Mouth Relief Anti-Cavity Toothpaste. This video is kindly sponsored by Sunstar, and I'm so thankful for companies like them who I can trust their products to recommend to my patients. And having said that, number 11 is use a dry mouth relief mouthwash. And Gum has a great non-alcohol mouth rinse called Hydro Dry Mouth Relief. I've actually been personally telling my patients about this mouthwash because I found, after trying it myself, I found that it's very smooth. I don't even know if that's a proper description word. Viscous, maybe. It's very smooth, and I personally really liked it. I don't even have dry mouth, but the flavor is just such a subtle mint. It's not overpowering, and I find it very pleasant, which I bet a lot of people will find pleasant as well, right? It's just such a subtle, nice mint. Moisturizes, soothes, and freshens. So yes, this is an oral rinse that you can use up to 5 times a day. The Hydro Dry Mouth Relief products feature advanced moisturizing and hydrating ingredients. And these ingredients work like natural saliva for multi-symptom relief. And the research shows that 70% of people suffering with dry mouth that have used these Hydro products reported that this formulation is better than their current dry mouth remedies. And again, it leaves a very subtle, pleasant, mint, fresh taste in your mouth, which I think is a big plus. I hope this video helped you. Please like and subscribe if it did. And if you have dry mouth, don't forget to tell your dentist at your next dental visit so they can give you recommendations for your individual mouth. And if you want to try Sunstar's new Hydro Dry Mouth Relief products, I have links to their products in the bottom bar below this video. And until next time, peace, love, and
So that was the video recapping of our presentation.
The
And
medical term for dry mouth is
let's not watch it again. Okay, so Sarah, now we're gonna test your knowledge and to see how much you have learned throughout this presentation. So we're gonna do a Kahoot quiz. So because you don't have Kahoot on your phone, so just shout out the answers to me and I will type it in for you, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to click. And play. Okay, Sarah, are you ready? So your first question is, what is xerostomia? Dry mouth, dry skin, dry eyes, or dry hair, or dry eyes? True or false? Saliva plays an important role in facilitating oral appliances. True or false? True. And antihypertensive medication does not cause xerostomia. True or false? Sarah, you're doing very well. Diminished salivary flow results in altered taste, contribution to plaque accumulation, cavities, or all of the above. Wow, smarty pants. Okay. Finally, true or false? Sjogren's syndrome is a chronic autoimmune disease in which white blood cells attack moisture-producing gland cells. True or false?
True.
True, yes. Yay!
Well, good job, Sarah.
Oh, that's amazing.
That was good.
So I'm just going to go back to our presentation.
So, okay.
Yes, go ahead.
So basically, because of COVID, this changed a lot. We had different plans for this assignment. So now we had to do it on Zoom. So we just would like for you to share this information with your colleagues that you work with and to use the information on any clients that you may notice have dry mouth. We hope that you learned a lot from this. Okay. And now Mabuba will talk to you about the feedback survey.
So the feedback survey it's something that we have created so that when you take this knowledge, in 3 months or so, we would ask you to answer these questions to see if was there any sort of improvement in the residents when you share this knowledge with them or with your colleagues, just to see how it if there was sort of improvement in their in the dry mouth the residents had. So this feedback survey will be given to you through email. And then, yeah, so do let us know about it. And next, and that concludes the end of the presentation. So Is there any questions, Sarah, you have?
No, but I think you answered everything.
Okay, good.
Do you need
Okay.
my name in my workplace or anything for the paper?
I think we have all that.
Is that it?
Right, Mabuba?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you so much for coming today.
No problem. Thank you.
So now for the evaluation stage of AdPi. So we assessed the PSW's knowledge after the presentation through a Kahoot and compared this to her knowledge prior to the presentation. So on the preliminary quiz, she only got one of the questions right, which she received 20% on the quiz, which indicated the need to educate her on xerostomia. So after the Zoom presentation, we did a Kahoot and she got 100% on that. So that showed that she gained a lot of knowledge from our presentation. Presentation feedback survey was given to her to assess her knowledge she gained, as well as report the response of the seniors. So she will be contacted in 3 months to obtain the results of the survey. And finally, for the documentation phase, so all the data, information, results from the preliminary quiz and the feedback survey will be documented with all the information for further investigation, and they may be used, so all the information may be used as secondary data in future research or plans. For future consideration, so after 3 months, we are expecting the PSW to report a reduction in xerostomia in her clients by 50% through the feedback survey. And for a conclusion, so our program changed significantly due to COVID-19. We presented information on xerostomia to a PSW. The PSW will then hopefully take this information we presented and use it on her clients who may be experiencing xerostomia, as well as educate her coworkers to help reduce xerostomia. So we learned that we have to adapt to changes that may occur at any time. And these are our references. If you guys have any questions, please let us know. Thank you.